Young and the Restless fans, yes, we got another episode to talk about. Nate is irking Elena. Tucker asks Ashley for another chance. Jeremy wants to work with Phyllis. Daniel and Lucy share an emotional reunion, and Victoria jaw drops at Tucker's news. Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS soaps, both the young and the restless and the bold and the beautiful. This is your Young and the Restless recap for February 16th, and without any further ado, let's talk about this episode. So we're over at Society where we see Nate, and sure enough, in walks Victoria asking him if he was meeting somebody. And he said he was there to pick up some food because Elena was working late and might be too tired to cook. Now, I'm hoping Elena is not starving because, with Victoria, this whole conversation turns into them two having a drink. And he ordered her a drink and said he hopes he wasn't being too presumptuous. I was worried for a minute on whether or not she would actually have to order some food on the way home because with Nate, he might forget all about her. Anyway, their conversation turns into talking about Elena and his relationship of Victoria. Why are you probing? Obviously, she want to know how steady they are to see what she can get in if she can fit in. Anyway, they end up turning the conversation into Newman Media, of course, Nate being uncomfortable. But of course, she flips it back. And so at this point, Nate is like, no, we good, but we still have some things to work through. She seemed like she was uncomfortable, but even though Nate said that they were kind of on and off, he said that she has been supportive. So now we're over at the Grand Phoenix where we see Ashley telling Tucker she knows what make him tick. I bet you do. And there's no way he's going to walk away from an empire that he spent his entire life building because that is the only thing he cares about. Now, he said that's not true. And Ashley told him there is no us. According to Sally, you have to sleep with him to be sure. But I didn't know if Ashley was going to do what she did. Anyway, she hightailed it out of there. And even though he didn't get that one more chance, he is pretty much over it and ready to sell his businesses. Still at the Grand Phoenix, but in a different room, we see Daniel and Heather. And Daniel asks Heather, what did you say? Yeah, I hear you, Daniel. That was some fast falling in love. She must have was seeing this dude on the side. And she said that she was sorry that it's hurting him. Now, I'm wondering, once he gets with Lily, is she going to want him back? However, she did say she met this guy at work. He's a lawyer, too. And she also said that Phyllis helped her come to the decision that now is the right time to make their separation permanent. Yeah, Phyllis, that didn't sit well with Daniel. We also got to meet Lucy in this episode, who definitely looked older than 13, but I guess if you can Soror Lily's kids, you can Soror Lucy as well. Daniel apologized to her and told her about the video game he's doing. She said the Princess Louisa, looks like her, and Daniel said it is her because she is his princess. So still at the Grand Phoenix, downstairs, we see, of course, Phyllis. And Phyllis tells Jeremy that she thought he was still in jail. He was like, well, I got good lawyers. Really, Jeremy? What did you pay them with? Invisible money? He said that it was all circumstantial evidence, which was arranged by Jack and Diane. And she asked, well, what are you planning to do? Now, he claimed he left some things behind and came back to collect them. And of course, Phyllis isn't buying that. He told her when he looks at her, he sees a woman that has reached her breaking point. And if she joined forces with him, she's a bigger fool than everybody thought. Now, Jeremy told her Diane is going down and he will do what she and her cronies couldn't even pull off. I call them the Three Stooges and the Dark Triad and the Coven. Anyway, she replied, guaranteed. And he told her she can share in the satisfaction of watching Diane go down, or she can watch from the sidelines. And he said, call him if that's the former. And we all know that's what she's going to do. Diane, being her daughter's mother-in-law, be damned. And she will finish putting that nail in her own coffin. And then we even see Tucker pops in to make his joke. And that whole scene was hilarious. Two of the guys that makes Phyllis uncomfortable all in one scene. However, Tucker makes his jokes and he leaves. So now let's swing by the Abbott house where we see Ashley gets Allie talking about work again, and they are enthusiastic and they laugh over R&D mishaps and bond over being chemists. Ashley thinks chemistry can apply to personal relationships too. I agree. And she also thinks with this conversation she had with Allie, it just gave her a very interesting idea, especially pertaining to Tucker McCall. When you make promises, it's best to keep them. And this applies to Elena and Nate. And Elena told Nate, look, I want a vacation that you promised me. Now, I gotta say, Nate did just start this job 2 months ago. I mean, do she expect him to go on vacation now? However, that didn't matter because of the fact she was ready to go and he was not. And of course, it caused some strain in their current relationship. And we all know where that's headed, straight to Victoria. And finally, we're over at Society where we see Tucker run into Victoria. And he told her that he is ready to get out of the game. And she was like, what game are you talking about? Tucker tells her that he wants to sell McCall Unlimited. All of it. He wants to cash out and move on. And Victoria had to gather herself and her eyes and put them back in her head. However, don't get too comfortable, Victoria, because tomorrow you will be undermined with a plot that Adam has put together. Okay, so there you have it, your Young and the Restless recap for Thursday, February 16, 2023. If you haven't checked out the bold and the beautiful recap for today, it has been uploaded to the channel. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.